Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to Web Development channel. So in this episode, we're gonna be building a cut-up animation using JavaScript. It's a simple but a nice project where you're gonna learn a lot of things about JavaScript. The UI is quite simple. It has just an icon from Font Awesome and the number of the followers that will be populated by JavaScript. And also I spam down below it with the text. Our main focus here will be JavaScript, right? So I added some timestamp, and if you want to go straight to JavaScript part, just do it. Hey, if you're new on this channel and you want to improve your web dev skills, subscribe and click the little bell somewhere down below so you will get notified every time I post a new video. Let's have fun. Alright, to start really from the beginning, really from scratch, we're gonna have this folder with really nothing inside of it, okay? So let's open up our VS Code or whatever editor you like. And here, let's create our three files, okay? The first one is gonna be our markup, so index.html. The second one, we are gonna be using CSS here. So let's create .style.css. And the third one, let's have our app.js, okay? This project is going to be focused on JavaScript. Let's start by our markup, okay? This is quite simple. Just create this boilerplate here. And let's get the link from the Font Awesome because we're going to be using some icons. And you also need a link that's going to connect our HTML into our markup, all right? This one. And down below here, before we close the body, we are going to have our script, okay? The script source, and the source here is going to be our app.js. Now let's come here to the body, and here it's going to be quite simple, okay? We're going to have these containers. Let's create the first one, container. And inside this one, we're going to have an icon from Font Awesome. So you can copy this one. I'll leave the link down below in the video description. Okay. And to make it bigger here, let's say FA3X. All right. And we're going to also have this div counter and data target. Here we're gonna put the last number, okay, the one that JavaScript is gonna use, okay. This part here we're gonna be populate using JavaScript, but for now let's hard code so we can target it into the CSS, all right. And down below it we're gonna have a spam, and here we're gonna say something like Facebook fans or YouTube subscribers, all right. Let's put it side by side, okay, so you can see real time what you're really doing. Let's duplicate this line of code, okay, and just make a few changes here. Let me give some space so you can see what you're doing here, all right? The first one here, the second one, the Facebook, let's change it to YouTube, all right? We just change the icon. Let's also change the data target to 5,000. And here, let's say something like YouTube subscribers, okay? All right. You can see in real time on the left, we are making changes. And the last one is going to be Twitter. And let's say Twitter follows, all right? We are in the CSS where part of the magic happens, okay? Let's start by copying the Roboto link, okay? We're going to be using Roboto font from Google Fonts. Let me copy this one. It's quite simple, it's just copy and paste. All right, it's done. So let's have some CSS reset. Let me copy this one first. And let's have a CSS reset, okay? Box sizing, everything here on this page is gonna be border box, all right? And now let's go to the body. In here, let's have our background. Let's pick a nice color. Let's have a linear gradient to the right. And we are going to go from this color here, the first one, to the second one. Let me type here. or you can choose whatever color you like the most. And let's use that font, the Roboto, okay, Mono, looks like a typewriter effect. Display is gonna be flex. We're gonna lay down the items from the left to the right, okay. Let me show you here. Flex direction here, row, by default, lay out the items from the left to the right, okay. Here goes a nice tip to you. Let's put everything in the center with the line item center, justify item center, and height 100 VH, the full browser, okay? So here it is. Now let's get rid of this ugly scroll bar with overflow hidden. And also get rid of any margin with margin 0, okay? So it starts to look nice. And let's grab here the counter container, okay? And let's have the display here as also flex, okay? But here we want to display the elements from the top to the bottom, okay? So we're gonna change the flex direction to column, all right? And as you can see, they are laid out from the top to the bottom, all right? Let's put in the center with the same tip, justify content center. Let's also align the text to center. And let's space them around with margin 30 pixels, top and bottom, and 50 pixels left and right, all right? Yeah, it starts to look nice, all right? Now let's select the counter, okay, those numbers, and let's make them big. Actually, let's make them huge, okay? Let's make them 60 pixels, and let's also bring it down a little bit, okay? They are too close to our icons with margin top of 10 pixels, all right? We are in the realm of CSS, okay? So now let's give some color and style to our icons from Font Awesome. Font size, let's make it bigger with 75 pixels. And let's pick a color, okay, the Facebook color, 3B5998. And wow, let me see, oops, I forgot this one, it's F. And yeah, now it's okay. Moving to the second one, this one is gonna be YouTube, okay. Font size also 75 pixels. And the color, this one is gonna be easy. It's gonna be, let me show you, FF000, okay, the red color. And the last one is gonna be Twitter, okay. Font size also 75 pixels. And the color here is gonna be 1G A1F2, as you can see. Our project's looking nice. This is how you see in the desktop screen, okay, but I wanna also show you how to show it in a small screen, okay? We want that one to be a column, all right? How we're gonna do that? We're gonna be using media, okay? Max with 500 pixels. So wherever it's under 580 pixels, I want that in column. How we're gonna do that? We're gonna use the flex direction column, okay? So now the main X change from left to right to top to bottom, and yeah, we got the effect we were also looking for, okay? That's very nice, and just one line of code, flex direction column, solved our issue. As you can see, we got some style already, so we can get rid of those numbers here, okay? This is gonna be alt populate using JavaScript, so let's delete all this info here, okay? And we're gonna go straight to JavaScript. And now we are in JavaScript, okay? We're gonna give life to our project. First of all, let's have this const counter. We're gonna bring in all the counters class, okay? And once they're all in, what we're gonna do, we're gonna loop through every one of them, okay? Let's have the for each. Let's have a function here. Counter. and we are gonna take the counter and set the inner text to 0. Okay, and type here inner text string 0. So wherever we have in there, in that div, we're gonna change that to 0. As you can see here, we just set 0 in each one of these divs. Okay, and down below here, let's get a function. Let's call it update counter. Okay, this is gonna be arrow function. Let's create a const. Let's call it target. And in this one, we're gonna get the data target. So counter.get attribute, we're gonna get the attribute of data target. Okay, let me show you here what we are doing. We are gonna grab this data target. Okay, if you're not sure yet, I'm gonna console.log that and show to you. Okay, console.log and the type of and also the target. Okay, and let me show you. Let me come to the Google Chrome and show to you on DevTools. All right, for some reason that's not working. Let me see. Yeah, I know, I forget to invoke the function. So update counter, let's invoke. Yeah, and here it is. We have those strings here. This one 1500, 5000, and 1500. So as you can see, we're getting the attribute from data target and bring it in. Okay, as you can see, this is a string and we have the numbers, but we want to do some math with this, so we have to change from string to number. All we have to do is add a plus size before counter, and now it's a number. Okay, it's quite easy. All right, let's get rid of this one. Okay, and let's have a const c. Okay, and let's set it to wherever it is in our inner text. Okay, and down below here we're gonna have a const increment. Okay, this is where we're gonna change the speed, where we're gonna show up the numbers. Okay, we have the target, we're gonna divide that by 200. Okay, so wherever the target is, we're gonna divide that by 200. Let me console.log that to show to you. Okay, and let me come here to the HTML, and you see that 1500, the first one, 1500 divided by 200 is 7.5, and 5000 divided by 200 is 25. 1500 divided by 200 is 7.5. Okay, the next step here, let's have an if statement. Okay, if c is smaller than the target, we don't want that to go past that number. So what we're gonna have, we're gonna have the counter dot inner text set to, let's have this c plus the increment. Okay, let me show you. Let me just save. And you have this issue here. You have 7.5, then 7.5 instead of round numbers. Okay, so we're gonna solve that using math.seal and just wrap up everything here. And let me save it. Now we have round numbers. Okay, on the Facebook, the increment is 8, 25, and 8. Okay. Alright, so let's see what we have here. If we have update counter, and you see that we go straight to our data target. Okay, but that's not what you want. We need a counter up animation. So let's have the set timeout. Okay, and let's give it a time of 1 millisecond. And yeah, it's working. Okay, let me save again and give a little more space here. And it's so nice, I'm gonna try it again. All right. Something I want to show you is that if you have a higher number, then the count up is gonna be slower. Okay, let me show you 500, and let's go back to 250. Let's also have else in here. Okay, count in a text is gonna be equals the target. Okay. All right, as you can see, our project is done. All right, guys, that's it for today. I really hope you will like it. And if you like, you know what to do, subscribe, and you also hit that little bell so you get notified every time I post a video like this one. Okay, see you in the next video.